Greetings and welcome once again to STL Soccer Talk, the video edition at stltoday.com and the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I'm Tom Timmermann, beat writer for St. Louis City, and by process of elimination, that means this is Beth O'Malley. Hello, Beth.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You know what? There's a game, as we record this on Tuesday, we are 1 week away.
1 week away.
From the first game of City SC's second season, which
it's not the MLS season.
It's not the MLS season. We're like 11 days away from that.
Yes.
But the game in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and it's like here. It's like by the time we do our next video, they'll have played a game.
Yeah, it's very strange to think about because it seems like just yesterday they ended the season not that great, which we talked about back then. Mm-hmm. And now here we are looking to go into a new season with fresh faces on the field. The same faces in the media box, pretty much. But, you know, it's a new season, a new start, and some new players.
This is the case. And, we were concerned about playing a game on February the 20th because it was going to be, the potential for the weather in St. Louis to be...
You were concerned.
I was concerned. You had it all the way.
I was being an optimist.
You were showing up in a bikini or something.
No.
Because you were that confident about how good the weather
I
was going to be.
I wouldn't say I was that confident.
But in any case, the early forecasts we have are quite optimistic.
They are.
For February the 20th, that it could be, like 50 degrees.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Of course, it's going to get colder as the night goes on, but I'll take 50 degrees. That's
and
a
actually,
good place.
Yeah, I was talking to Bradley Cornell after practice today, and he was saying, I wish it was a little colder. For the guys from Houston coming up, why couldn't it be 20 degrees? So I got to say, 20 degrees, not good typing weather.
Because you were just with the team in St. Louis, right?
Yes, I was. Did earlier today. And it's funny, I showed up with multiple layers, expecting the worst, and it was delightful out there. It was about 50 degrees, 48, 47 around, and it was wonderful. So if that happens, unless the weather forecasters have massively messed something up, or the Earth swerves out of its rotation and we pick up something different, it's actually promising.
It is promising. I mean, it's still a little bit early, but we aren't necessarily a weather forecasting video.
No, we are not. Though maybe we should consider that. Maybe that's something we can look into. If there was big news today at practice, their first practice back after they'd finished their California jaunt, I guess we can call it, is that Edouard Louven is back with the team. He came in Saturday. He got his paperwork taken care of. He only has his temporary green card, but the permanent one will be arriving shortly, which means he will have permanent resident status and will no longer count against the team's foreign player contingent. So that's a big step, and he was very happy just to have it. He said it was frustrating, waiting in Frankfurt, where he was dealing with the U.S. consulate there to get it done. But and you got to wonder now, can he play on Tuesday, which is 7 days away after today, 6 days of practice. They got a lot to get him up to shape in that time, and so we'll see. Bradley Cornell not really committing at this stage to what Louven's status might be.
But he was on the field with the other players? He
was on the field with the players. He said while he was in Germany, he was in the training room every day, so a lot of, got in his miles, got in his fitness, but what he didn't do was be on the field. And so he really hasn't had any ball work in the past basically 2 weeks until today. So that's something that he's got to get up to speed. The corollary to that is that Joachim Nielsen is not back. And so he might be back possibly Wednesday or Thursday. They think he's coming back soon.
So he would be even less likely to get on the field.
Even less likely to get on the field. Though I would say that, as you look at the progression of games they have, where they play the CONCACAF Champions Cup game on Tuesday, they play Real Salt Lake in an MLS regular season game. You're lucky in my hands as though I'm actually pointing to something.
I am.
But and then the Saturday MLS regular season opener.
It's the imaginary calendar on the desk.
And then the next game is on Tuesday, so they're going to have to completely flip the roster from Saturday to Tuesday anyway. So it could be that gives them the extra time that they don't have Nielsen and Louven for those first two games, but they will then be ready for that second week of games. So that could be, in effect, not a benefit, but it gives them really top-line, first-team players who will be rested and fit in that second Champions Cup game.
Which could be a really good thing depending on how the first one goes. Well, and as you and I have talked about, this is a team with a lot of depth that doesn't necessarily have a set starting 11. So despite those two players who are, as you said, regular starters, not being able to necessarily start the season with the rest of the team, there's not too much to worry about there given the depth of the rest of the roster.
Yeah, I mean, Leuven obviously a designated player. He's kind of the centerpiece of the offensive structure. But yeah, they've got center backs that they can use in place of Joachim Nielsen. They've got Josh Yarrow, they have Michael Wenzel, who's been a fixture in practice throughout. So those are, they've got options there. And Leuven is, kind of one of the best players on the team. Tough to replace, but they certainly have a wide collection of midfielders that they can go with.
Yes, so.
You brought out the baseball statues.
I did. I don't know that they're actually visible in the frame.
Yeah.
But
there are, because baseball spring training has started, but
today,
but soccer season is here.
Soccer season is here, and I am all the more excited about soccer season being here.
Yeah.
But it's always nice to have spring training start. It's a sure sign of spring. You see the players down in Florida under the palm trees, and it hasn't quite entered my mind yet but soccer is here. That's another sign of spring. I think next year I'll be in that frame of mind.
Actually, it's a sign of late winter. But,
that too.
That too. In any case, that's it from here. We'll have a podcast in which we talk about probably more pertinent things than this, but that's coming up today, and all sorts of coverage in the Post-Dispatch. Subscribe, support local journalism. Until next week, when we'll have a game to talk about. How about that? For Beth, I'm Tom. Be seeing you.